Welcome to Module 2.4 of the lesson Overview of the GEMMA Framework, entitled the GEMMA Framework. In this module, you will learn relevant aspects of the GEMMA project, as we will give you an overview of its framework, considering the indicators, predictors, and strategies to change well-being that the framework takes into account. Furthermore, you will explore these concepts with specific examples. Finally, we will give you an outline of the next steps you need to take in this course to change your well-being as an academic. Let's take a look at the rationale behind the GEMMA framework. To develop the theoretical framework of GEMMA, we consider the indicators of well-being, the predictors of well-being, and the possibility of changing the predictors of well-being through competences. Therefore, after identifying the predictors of well-being at work proposed by the systematic review conducted by Sinentag and colleagues, already explained in Modules 2.1 and 2.2, and taking into account the digital, life, and entrepreneurial competences identified by the European Commission as promoting well-being, that were briefly explained in Module 2.3, we proposed the theoretical framework of this project. In the GEMMA project, we propose to modify the predictor variables by specific competences. In this screen, you can see a quick overview of the GEMMA framework, where the ultimate goal is for researchers to improve their hedonic, eudaimonic, and social well-being, as explained in Lesson 1. This will be done by learning the competences defined by the European Commission and explained in Lessons 3, 4, and 5. These competences, in turn, will make it possible to modify in a positive direction the predictors of well-being explained in Modules 2.1 and Modules 2.2. At this point, you may still have doubts about the logic behind this project. Therefore, in the next section, we present some examples of how competencies can help you change aspects that are considered predictors of increased well-being. Let us give you an example. Imagine that there is a person who wants to change the predictor of well-being, having the ability to set boundaries between work and personal life. In this case, this person could learn digital competences such as managing his digital identity appropriately. Or, in the case of life competences, he could learn to use communication strategies such as assertiveness. And finally, in the case of entrepreneurial skills, he could be able to set entrepreneurial goals at work but taking into account his personal context. Now let's see another example. Imagine a researcher who wants to start being more proactive in her work, which is another predictor identified in the literature as promoting well-being. Therefore, she begins to engage in job crafting, which refers to self-initiated, proactive strategies to change the characteristics of one's job in order to better align the job with personal needs, goals, and abilities. For example, this researcher may take the initiative to change the tasks she performs, the way she works, or the timing of her tasks. To do so, she would need to learn some digital literacies, such as how to use digital technologies creatively, or how to identify her own digital literacy gaps in order to improve them. Or she would also need to learn life skills, such as being aware of the need to actively pursue one's own well-being, or maintaining a growth mindset and increasing her critical thinking to be aware of personal needs. Finally, in terms of entrepreneurial competencies, she would need to increase her ability to identify new opportunities at work, to take the initiative to participate in new projects, and to mobilize resources to pursue the new projects. And you may be asking yourself the following question: how am I going to learn these competences with the GEMMA project? This section will show you how to do that. That is, we will give you an overview of the steps you will follow to change well-being with the GEMMA project. On the one hand, you will do it through this course you are taking, where Lessons 3, 4, and 5 will be particularly relevant. On the other hand, you will put some of the competences into practice through a serious game. We will explain this in more detail in Lesson 6. We hope this module has given you an idea of the GEMMA project is all about. We look forward to seeing you in the next lessons, where you will learn more about the competences identified by the European Commission and how they relate to well-being. See you in the next module.